What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another video. Just wanted to do a little bit of an update as to where I am at. First and foremost, I am still here. I am still studying Japanese every single day, and it is going very, very incredible. And I released that video last week doing just a little bit of Japanese. You could call it practice, whatever you want. And I think it was perfectly fine. I do want to do more of those because I really enjoy that. And output. There we go. Couldn't think of the word. I do want to output. Like, that is a goal of mine, but it's not necessarily the goal right now. But I do enjoy doing that. So, just to get into a little bit of stuff, I've been finished with the Tango N4 deck for a pretty decent while now. And I've been struggling, like, again, this is just with me trying to talk about everything that's going on and tell you guys exactly what's happening, because I'm not the language YouTuber who's like, everything is tulips and daisies and look how awesome I am and I'm perfect. It took me a while to get into the N4 deck. And I don't really know why. I think it was a little bit of Anki burnout. I maintained my reps for the N5 and for RTK for a little while, and it was going good, but when I would open up those cards for the N4 deck, it was kind of like I was kind of like in a weird lull where I was like, I need to add these cards, but I don't know. I can't really explain the feeling, but I finally got into that. I finally got over that, and honestly, what happened is I had to kind of just force myself into it. And I know that kind of goes against some of the stuff that I've said in the past, but basically I had to sit down for a day, burn through 10 cards, sit down the next day, review those cards, burn through another 10, and then I was pretty much good. And now I'm kind of going at a regular pace, 10 a day, nothing super, super crazy, just trying to get through some of those cards. And I really wish that I would have done it like 2 or 3 weeks ago when I finished the N5 deck. But at the same time, I do think sometimes little breaks are good. Now, I haven't taken a break from studying Japanese. I've just been maintaining my Anki deck and then immersing and picking up vocabulary from, doing like a lingo deer lesson for vocabulary or for grammar or, whatever the case may be. Or through immersion, looking a word up here or there. And that's going, honestly, really, really well. But I'm really happy that I got that N5 deck, or N4 deck, I'm sorry, that I'm finally going through that. I don't have a plan of attack as far as when I want to be finished, because I'm not overly concerned about that. I'm not... this is a marathon to me. I'm not worried about even really a year. Am I going to sound fluent in a year? Will I be able to understand 90% of what's being said to me in a year? I don't really care. As long as I'm continuing to progress, I'm pretty much perfectly fine. Like, I'm really satisfied with where I'm at right now, being 6.5, almost 7 months into Japanese. I know that I could be better, and I think that that's... part of the growth of me as a language learner is knowing that I could be in a better position. That's normally where I would go with that. But instead, I'm looking at it and saying, I know that I could be probably in a little bit better. But man, I'm so much farther than I was 7 months ago. And so being able to look at that, like, again, I've just grown as a language learner and being able to look at a few different things. I had made a tweet not too long ago about how every time I try to dabble in something, not necessarily try to, but like, languages I'll look into and I'm like, ooh, that seems really fun. And then I get into it and I just don't care. And that's a really weird feeling to me, because if you've watched this channel or if you go back and look at the old videos, you know that I've been through every language under the sun, and it's always just boom, 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 boom. But nothing has grabbed me. Like, Japanese just has me like, I'm just sucked in. I can't, it's all I want to do. And like I said, it's just 7 months of study and learning and just being where I need to be. And it's helped me grow as a language learner, and it's been really cool. And, again, I know that my uploads have been kind of sparse lately. As a matter of fact, I was talking to Mark from Language Come Up, and he was, I can't remember what he said, but I was like, man, I've been so busy with study. Like, all I do is to just think about Japanese. And he was like, yeah, he's basically said something about, because your channel's not as active as it used to be and stuff. And I do want it to be active, but again, I've made the mention before, I don't want to be a content creator over someone who is a a learner. I don't want to be, in a year, I don't want to be giving you guys an update and being like, well, I'm still on in four. Like I want to continue to progress. So I'm trying to find a happy medium between uploading and not, because I do think that what I'm doing can help others, because I am the average Joe. Like, I feel like I'm the guy, like, I feel like if somebody doesn't have a lot of time, I'm the person they can watch and say, oh, okay, this dude doesn't have a lot of time. It took him a little bit longer, but I can see that it's doable, And to me, the guy that did that for me was Dave from Otaku. I actually sent him a message on Discord the other day, and I was just telling him, I was like, you're like my biggest inspiration for this, because you're a guy with a job and you can't spend all day studying Japanese. And so I think that channels like his and channels like mine can help a lot of people with, if you don't have a ton of time, seeing that it can be done. So I'm going to continue updating. That's not a thing. But I also know that with my past, my channel would go dormant, and people would probably just know then, like, oh, okay, he stopped studying and he just doesn't want to face the music. So, which, let me be perfectly honest, I don't owe anybody anything. Like, that's not what I'm saying. But I just want to make sure that everybody knows that I'm still here and still going on. So, other things that I'm doing, I am immersing. I am watching some Netflix stuff. I don't really have any specifics. I did start watching Evangelion. I started sentence mining that, actually. I did get the Migaku web browser, which is fantastic. Like, I'm not saying I wasn't going to try it. I honestly have been stuck in this weird little limbo of not really knowing what I'm doing. And so I saw a review from a guy named William Sellers. He did a review of the Migaku web browser, and I saw it and I was like, yes, this is what I'm looking for. Like, this is exactly what I want, because it basically incorporates all the good stuff from Link and puts it into Netflix, and you don't have to worry about exporting lessons or anything like that. You literally click a button and it makes an entire flashcard for you. There's not any extra steps or anything, and you're just good to go. And I saw that and I was like, absolutely. It took a day or two to tinker with. Had to get some help setting it up, because I'm an Anki idiot, and I'm perfectly fine with that. I followed a tutorial and still couldn't do it, so apparently I'm really dumb when it comes to Anki. But after getting it set up, playing around with it for a couple of days, I started a deck today, and I got 5 sentences today, and it was just such an easy process, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I'm anxious to see where that goes. I'm not saying that I'm going to do 5 sentences a day. I've come to basically the terms with myself of realizing that as long as I do what I'm comfortable with, what makes me happy, then I'm good. Obviously, I don't want to have 0 sentences in a day, but if I only get 1 or 2, that's still progress. It's still more than I know. And that's also going on top of the 10 Tango N5 cards, N4 cards. Jesus, this video is going to be so confusing. On top of the N4 cards that I'm going to do. And so, again, it's all about making just those little baby steps and that little progress. So I do still watch YouTube regularly. And basically I'm trying to kind of get my immersion into a couple of different places. One, just kind of the idea of watching and just practicing the listening, but then another that is more so dedicated to watching, for example, a Netflix show and going through the subtitles, trying to click on words that I don't know. Even if I'm not making a flashcard, looking it up to where it's at least some sort of being introduced to me, instead of just, okay, I don't know this, I'm not even worried about it. Or if it's a sentence that has like 4 or 5 words that I don't know, still maybe click on it, see if I can get a couple of definitions, and maybe I can kind of piece together. I still don't make that a card, but at least it's exposing me to the vocabulary. So I think, from here forward, I just have to basically try harder. I have to put myself in more uncomfortable situations of doing stuff like that. And really, it's more so at this point about making effort in order to attain my goals. And so every night I want to sit down with my computer and using Migaku and doing flashcards that way. And then I also want to set aside time for some other type of immersion, and, just kind of letting it wash over me, getting the sounds in me and stuff like that. And, it's just, man, having a ton of fun right now. That's literally what it's about, man. I'm having so much fun learning Japanese, and I wish that I had this mentality a long time ago, because I feel like if I did, I'd be fluent or I hate that word. I can't believe I just said that. That makes me feel terrible. I hate the word fluent, but I feel like I would know a ton of different languages had I just had the mentality and the know-how, wherewithal, whatever. Like if I had the knowledge that I have now. So, but yeah, Japanese is still here. It is still absolutely 100% my number one focus. I'm just taking it day by day, going a little bit slower, because I was, again, stuck in a rut, not really sure what I needed to do. And I've kind of found a little bit way through that. So yeah, I'm going to end this video here. We're at 10 minutes now. I don't want to talk too long because you guys know that I'll talk forever. Maybe I'll do a couple of parts of just language rambling. I don't really know, but I am going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. Thanks to my Patreons for all of the support. I have to update the graphics because I've had people come in and people leave, but thank you to all the Patreons who support that, and you can check out the link to that in the description below. But yeah, that is it. Japanese is going great. I'm still here. We're still doing well. Took a little bit of a weird time to figure out what I was doing, but we're good. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video.